What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDontWorkHereLady. Alright, this story's called, I may not work here, Karen, but I'll still drag your ass out. I'm using my throwaway account for this post. I was in the military for a few years, and being in the military, you deal with quite a few, how do I say this nicely? Special supervisors. Well, this story is about the special wife of a special supervisor, not my supervisor. I apologize for this being so long, but it's worth the read. Here's the cast. There's me, Karen,
Karen's husband,
security forces, store employee, base commander. It was a Tuesday, my day off, as I had worked a weekend shift, and I went to the store on base to buy a new Xbox One that had just come out. Obviously, I couldn't just buy the Xbox. I also had to get another controller, headset, the game I wanted to play. As I was looking through the electronics department, I overheard a conversation between Karen and store employee. I'll try to condense it so it isn't so long.
Store employee, come here now.
How can I help you, ma'am?
I want this TV and the best sound system to go with it.
Well, based off of XYZ, I would recommend this Samsung sound system. It's the top of the line for its price.
How much will it be total?
It would be around $1,800, not including tax. $16.99 for the TV, $100 for the sound system.
I am not paying that much for this. Give me a discount.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I cannot give you a discount on these items.
Do you know who I am? I am Karen, wife of 06, which is my husband, who is the commander of XX Group. Give me a discount or else my husband will have your boss take away your minimum wage job.
At this point, I was getting pretty pissed. I hate when military spouses try and use their spouse's rank to get what they want, and the way this lady was talking to this store employee was deplorable. I walked closer to them, acting like I was looking at the TVs that were next to them. Karen was so busy screaming at this guy, she didn't even notice me. Karen was wailing for the store employee's manager. Store employee tried to explain he is not able to give discounts on these items, and his manager is in a meeting and won't be able to come out to talk with her until it's done.
I don't give a crap where your manager is. I want him out here now.
Ma'am, I need you to be civil or else I will have to ask you to leave.
I will not be civil. You're being a crook and trying to steal money from people by selling them overpriced items.
For those of you who don't know, military stores are generally the same price, if not cheaper than other stores. And it's all untaxed. Karen continued to make a scene, threatening store employee with actions against his job. Ma'am, I need you to leave. Store employee proceeds to walk towards Karen's card.
Get off my card, you minimum wage didn't great.
Karen proceeds to raise her purse towards store employee in a swinging motion. I step in and grab her purse before she has a chance to hit him.
Who the hell do you think you are? Get the hell off of me! I am Karen, wife of...
Yeah, I know who you are. The whole store knows who you are because of how loud you're being. You were about to assault this employee. He asked you to leave. Now get the hell out of here before I call security forces on you for attempting to assault store employee.
I will have my husband take his job and I will make sure you get demoted and lose your pay.
Good luck with that. You don't even know who I am. Now leave. Karen then proceeds to take her card and ram it into my side, pinning my ankle under the card. She then proceeded to hit me with her purse because I was unable to move out of the way because my ankle was pinned under her card. At this point, I lost my mind, and store employee has had enough of Karen. I push the card off me, walk over to her, and grab her arm, my hand under her armpit. Store employee grabs her other arm, and we proceed to drag her out of the store. As we are dragging her out, she is kicking everything in her reach, knocking stuff off the shelves. How the manager didn't hear any of this, I have no clue.
I'm calling my husband. You two are in deep crap.
I'll be here shopping for the next 20 minutes. I then walk back inside. The store employee proceeds to thank me profusely and helps me pick out the right stuff for my Xbox. He even gives me an employee discount on the Xbox, which is the best he could do without the manager there. As I walk out of the store 20 minutes later, I hear it.
There he is.
Karen and her husband storm over to me.
Who are you? What is your rank? What squadron are you with?
I am rank redacted. I'm with the redacted squadron.
Who the hell do you think you are, assaulting my wife? I'm gonna have you demoted, your pay pulled, and I'm calling security forces to have you thrown in jail. I will have you court-martialed for this.
With all due respect, sir, your wife tried to assault a store employee, and she assaulted me. She's lucky I'm not calling security forces to charge her with assault.
Karen, call security forces now.
Security forces show up. Karen's husband tells them that I assaulted his wife and he wants me arrested and thrown in jail pending action. At this point, store employee notices what's happening outside and walks out. He then explains to security forces what happened in the store, and security forces ask if there is video footage. Sure is. He takes them back to the audio room, purposefully taking them through the carnage that Karen caused, and showed them the tapes. Security forces walk back out. Sorry, Karen's husband, but the story store employee and OP told checks out. Your wife assaulted them and destroyed store merchandise.
I'm calling your commander, OP, and I'm gonna tell him everything. I'm gonna make sure he knows how you talked to me and disrespected an officer. I will personally ensure that you get an Article 15.
No, he will not! Karen's husband turns around and sees the base commander standing there with his entourage. Apparently, the base commander was the one in the meeting with the store manager. They were discussing a future influx of personnel due to a new unit being added to the base. He was about to walk out of the store when he heard the commotion. He stood there for a good 45 minutes to an hour listening to what was happening before he made his move.
Karen's husband, I want you in my office in 30 minutes, in your dress uniform.
Karen's husband and Karen walk off. Base commander turns to me.
I'm sorry, OP. I'll make sure to inform your commander about what happened.
Karen's husband was removed from his position as redacted group commander for his and his wife's conduct. Apparently, he had done other things in the recent past that also put him in hot water. But this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Him and his wife were reassigned to a different base. The last I heard is that he was not allowed back into a leadership position and was stripped 2 ranks. Whoa! Talk about swift justice, jeez. They do not screw around in the military, which is a good thing. Man, I remember back when the PS4 and Xbox launched. Those were some good times. I remember drinking the Rise Son of Rome Mountain Dew Game Fuel. That stuff was good. This story's called I Don't Work Here, Mom. Kinda long. Hey everyone! After listening to many YouTube videos about this subreddit, I finally decided to join and share one of my own stories. A little background. I've been in the culinary world for over 10 years now, going back and forth between working on the line, savory, and bakery, pastry. I love both, and although I'm very good at what I do and love to cook and bake, I am by no means a chef. That name is usually for those who run kitchens successfully, plan menus, lead teams of cooks or bakers, and get paid pretty decently. There's a lot more to it, I know, but that's the basic explanation. To save me explaining it to my family and friends, I just say I'm a chef because I understand that they aren't in this world and don't know any better. However, it's come to bite me in the ass a few times, especially with my mom. So, more likely than not, my mom will reach out to me for recipe ideas, how to plan her holiday menus, and what goes with what when it comes to food, baking, and alcohol. I'm always happy to help and spread tips and knowledge I've picked up over the years with my family and friends, because food is my passion. So here comes the story. Mom had planned a New Year's Eve dinner with me because she knew I was going to be working for the holiday. It always happens. The life of a chef. She planned a menu of prime rib with potatoes dauphinoise, fancy word for scalloped, cheesy, creamy potatoes, and green beans almondine, green beans sautéed with almonds and brown butter. She informed me that she hadn't gotten everything from the store yet and asked if I could go with her to help. I agreed and told her I'd meet her there and then head to her place to help her cook. After this incident, though, I ended up doing all the cooking. We get to the store and she says that she was supposed to be there at 9 a.m. to pick up her presidential cut, fancy way of saying standing rib, of prime rib. It's 1 p.m. She's real late picking up her meat order and she hopes that they still have it because
they didn't have it yesterday and I had to order it special.
We get to the meat counter, ask for her order, and they inform her that they don't have it. They only have 2 rib cuts instead of the 6 ribs she ordered. They inform her that they called her over and over to see if she was coming so that they could continue to set it aside or claim it as a canceled order. Since she didn't answer her phone and wasn't there on time to pick up her order, they cut it up and put it with the rest since 2 rib cuts are the most popular cut from the prime rib at their store. This wasn't what she wanted to hear. She starts shouting that she put the order in yesterday and how she doesn't want to buy the 2 rib options, and how now the dinner is ruined. Crocodile tears ensue and the manager is demanded. Yes. She's a Karen. More on that for another time. I've got loads of stories. I calmly explained to her that since she was picking things up late, the 2 rib option will be better anyway because the time for cooking a prime rib at her original choice for size is not going to fit our time frame for dinner. She starts shouting at the manager now, completely ignoring the very person she invited to come along because they specialize in food. Me. She keeps saying over and over again about her presidential cut order and how they don't know what they're doing, and then decides to drop her trump card.
My daughter's a chef. She'll fix this. OP, go back there and tell them what I want and show them how to cut it.
I'm dumbfounded. Mom, I don't work here, and although I know cuts of meat, I'm not a butcher. I can't. She cuts me off.
My daughter's a chef. She'll educate you idiots. OP, show them how to do a presidential cut of prime rib. Get me my order.
I've had it at this point. Normally, my siblings and I just let Mom go on her tirade to save our sanity, shoo her away, and then profusely apologize to the victim later. But this was ridiculous. No. You go get the rest of your shopping list, and I will handle the situation. If you're going to use my title that way, then I'll just go home and grab a burger along the way. Screw your dinner. She huffs and walks away as I turn my attention to the poor people behind the counter and the manager of the store that looks bewildered at what was going on. Gents, I'll take 3 orders of 2 rib cuts. I apologize for the scene that she has made. They offer to discount the meat, and I refuse. No, her action should not be rewarded. Y'all have enough on your plate. You don't need my mother making it worse for you. She's in the wrong, and she knows it. After thanking and apologizing again for the 50th time, I catch back up with my mother and ask if she's done with her meltdown. She sees the meat order and huffs again, saying, "Whatever," as she throws it in her basket. We made it out of the store alive and head home, only to hear her retell her experience to my poor stepfather. I ended up cooking dinner with him that night and summoning her from her room, where she went to pout when everything was ready. Everything tasted great and cooked on time. I still feel bad for those poor butchers behind the meat counter that had to endure my mother's Karenisms and hope they enjoyed their New Year's. This is a regular thing with my mom that us kids and my dad, her former husband, have and had to put up with this over the years. I've got loads of stories and would be happy to share. I'm just not sure which subreddit I'd share those in. Thanks so much for reading this long but kinda funny story about my mom trying to make me work at a butcher counter. Well, OP, if you have more stories of your mom, well, being like that, then make sure to post on Entitled Parents. I'm sure she'll feel right at home. But I absolutely hate it when, like, my dad starts being, basically a male Karen, a Richard, a Ken maybe? He's not usually entitled, but if something is messed up, he'll get mad at whoever he's talking to, no matter if it's their fault or not, which is ridiculous, and I'm like, bro, it's not their fault, chill out. But anyway, that dinner sounds amazing. In case you guys didn't know, I actually love cooking. I also love watching people cook. For instance, when we'd have a little bar at our kitchen, I would sit on a bar stool and watch my mom cook every single day. Like, I just might do my homework there and just chill, because it's really fun. It smells good too. And cooking shows like Food Network. Alright, this story's called I Was Doing My Makeup and Almost Got Fired from a Job I Don't Even Work At. Thanks, Karen. I got a call from an absolute Karen today. She called my number thinking it was the Windermere Hotel in Arizona, I think. Anyway, she called, I answered, and she was like,
Hi, my reservation got canceled. I want to speak to your manager. I booked this room over a month ago and you guys were expecting me and some of my girlfriends. How could you do this to me?
She was low-key raising her voice and I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't work at a hotel. You have the wrong number. She responded with,
Well, how come I called this number a month ago and it was the hotel? How do you have their number then?
And I explained to her that this was never their number. It's just a simple misunderstanding and a typo on her end. So she started raising her voice at me and went,
How could I have dialed the wrong goddamn number? Why are you keeping me from your manager?
And I was like, listen, my number has a similar number, but you typed it in wrong. If you would kindly get your head out of your entitled, privileged ass, then maybe you'd be able to see how to type the right freaking number in. She got pissed and hung up. I was dead. Edit, I just wanted to make this clear. Edit. I just wanted to make this clear. I get these calls all the time, since my number is almost exactly the same as the place except for the area code. But this one by far has been the one that stuck out the most.
Oh no, my butt fell on the ground. I laughed so hard.
I love when you point out that they made the mistake and they're mad at you for it. That's so Karen, ha! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.